notre quotidien. C'est sur Taïwan.
Society 13 and Progzilla Radio proudly present Prog-Watch with your friend and host, Big Tony Rousick, a.k.a. Prog-Watch.
Of the night, killers lost in flight, demons of the night, looking for a kill, snatching life at will, never get their fill. Victims so insane, struggling in vain, pleasures in their pain, drinking to survive, watching saviors die, making them feel alive. Victim in shock, struggling, stop, blood going down. So on the street, can't get enough. starting to show. Head rolling back, laugh at the moon. Head starts to swoon. Up in the air, head for the sky. Ultimate high. Watching you crying, so innocent and divine. Not a care in the world, knowing that you're mine. Don't you know the pain I'm in, the choice to make, your life to take. But the time is gone. anger, the pain, the tears, the longing to be free. You're waiting for us to be joined together forever, we two. I just can't let this be a life I leave to you, leave to you. The final choice is made, I know what I have to do. I'll soon be far from here, I'll leave this world to you. Going back to my world, the place of death and fear. Yours is the mortal will to me, now that is clear, that is clear.
When our time had come, you left me here. The new world you and our love will fade and die.
Circling round and round, each night looking for my prey. Can't take the fire inside, there must be a better way. To turn and head for the east, for me it means more pain. The hunger for life and death without your love, it's in vain, it's in vain. Once more to see the rising
And welcome back to Prog-Watch, my friends. Your humble host, Big Tony the Prog Squatch, here for another 90 minutes of progressive music for your listening pleasure. And how about that opening epic, Nosferatu Requiem for a Vampire, which came from the 1994 album Pictures from the Other Side by the band Cyan. A remastered version also appeared on the Cyan compilation album Remastered from 1997. Cyan, of course, featured the subject of today's program, Mr. Robert Reed, along with Christina Murphy before she was Christina Booth, the vocalist for what is probably Rob's best-known band, Magenta. Well, I was lucky enough to talk with Rob about some of his rich musical history and the new Magenta album. This was a few weeks back while he was putting the finishing touches on the album, which I believe has since been released. So we're going to hear a little of that conversation in just a while, and we'll also be hearing from the new Magenta album and from a couple of Rob's other recent projects, Kompendium and Kiama. Right now, let's listen to the epic closer from Magenta's last album, 2013's The 27 Club. The name of the song is The Devil at the Crossroads.
Young man, will you offer a life? Will you give me your life all you own? Don't look back. Will you give all you are to reach for that star? All you own to give your life to make it today, to give your soul a price that's to Ahead is the road I must take, to live by this promise I make. A dream come true, is it the way? The gift to use from this day. Life moves on, so I must choose. Make my way singing those blues. The promise I made so it can start. Now locked in my heart. gift, broken hearts and souls to mend. As the music heals the land, the gift within my hand prayed for love, for a love that won't forsake. Life alone couldn't see her heart would break. In a new world every day, on the streets where I would play, with a heart still yearning, with a drink there every day, and the blues that touch your heart. For the songs are healing, the songs they are loving, as the views they touch your heart. Feel it heartache, feel the pain, feel the love in every heart. No more rain clouds, no more summertime, no more life to live. So I'm on my knees and I beg you, please give me time to live. I have more to give. See me change my ways, time to rearrange my song to sing. All the time past, give me one more chance. Give my heart and soul in the final song. Let me wander, let me sing again.
Once again, that was The Devil at the Crossroads from the 27 Club, Magenta's 2013 release.
Hello, good morning, good evening. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Radio Progzilla, which is being dishing you up red hot progressive stuff, and it's 24/7.
Now let's hear a little of my conversation with the super talented UK multi-instrumentalist and composer, Rob Reed. So do you prefer to be called Robert or Rob or?
Rob is fine, yeah.
Okay. You can call me Tony if you want to call me at all.
That's okay. All right, thanks.
Anyway, first let me say it's a pleasure to have you on my program. I've been a big fan for quite some time. I enjoy, everything from Cyan through Kompendium, Magenta, Kiama. Is that how you guys say that, Kiama?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your solo projects also, you certainly have made a lot of great music and worked with a lot of great people in your time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've been busy. Yeah.
It seems like it. Absolutely. So right now you're currently putting the finishing touches on a new Magenta album, correct?
Yes, that's taking all my time at the moment. I seem to spend the whole of my life in the studio at the moment, mixing and putting the finishing touches. I'm in the sort of final stages of mix. It's all going to go to the pressing plant by the end of this week. So, I'm excited, but also I'll be glad to see the back of it, really, because it's so much work, and you get so involved with it, and it's hard to know when to say that it's done. Really, normally,
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of music on the side myself, nothing on the level of what you're doing, but so yeah, I know it's like you wonder, when are you overdoing it? Are you going to like polish it to death and take all the fun and spontaneity out of it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that is always a worry, and it's usually a self-imposed release date will stop you from going too far, because there's always something extra to be done, especially with modern technology. You can work at it forever, really, and as you say, you can overcook it and ruin it. So it's best to try and know when to leave it alone.
Yeah, cut it loose. You have to let the world hear it at some point.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's going to the CD production plant or whatever later this week?
Yeah.
So when is it due? And can you tell us a little bit about it? Is it a concept album like 27 Club or?
Well, the album's out on April the 20th. That's when it'll be available for everyone. And it's a little different, this album, in lots of ways. With Magenta, we've done, I think, 7 albums now, I think it is. And after the last one, the 27 Club, I almost thought that I reached a point where I thought, I've done it all with the band sort of thing, and I thought that was the 27 Club in particular was the best Magenta album, as a blueprint of a band and what the band was all about. I thought that the 27 Club was that, really, and so it was always a bit difficult for me to get any enthusiasm to do another one, because I thought, whatever I do, it's going to be, is it going to be as good as that? And if it's not going to be better, then there's no point in doing it. So it's been a while. Excuse me. It's been a while to sort of finding the sort of spark, the musical spark, really, to find a new direction in the sort of sound and feel of the album. And I sort of, over the last since the last album, which has been about 3 years, I've been writing. I always write. I'm always like noodling and writing stuff. And finally, about a year and a half ago, I ended up with about 80 minutes worth of sort of rough sketches. And it was sort of, it had 2 feet. It was 2 lots of styles. One was a sort of classic Magenta sort of sound, which is all like Genesis and colourful early Genesis influences, and then this other stuff, which was a bit more darker. And we went into the studio to record, and I went and recorded all of this stuff, and I ended up with 2 lots of, and it kept on dividing itself into these 2 camps, and the sort of traditional Magenta stuff sort of. That was okay. It was great songs there, but it didn't excite me as the darker stuff. And I ended up having sort of been in half of the album and having to rewrite a lot of the darker stuff. And that's the direction the album's gone. And it's just a bit more punchy. And the other thing, when I sort of, with each project, being it Kiama, Kompendium, the Sanctuary, or Magenta, to give it its own sound, I always limit my sort of palette of instruments I use, especially keyboards, And on Magenta, it was always like piano, Moog, Mellotron, bass pedals, traditional prog
yeah.
sounds. And whenever I sort of reached for any of those sounds, I'd go, I can't do that because it's not Magenta. So I always sort of limited myself so it would have a sound. But on this album, I just thought whatever I wanted to use, I would use. So a sort of lot more electronic instruments, which I would never have dreamt of using on Magenta, because I always thought Magenta was not about that. It's what we've got. I've gone in that direction. I've used a lot more electronic stuff, samples and sequences, and the classic trademark Magenta is there. With Tina singing it, it's going to sound like Magenta, but I had to find something different, something new to bring to the table. Otherwise, what was the point in doing it, really, if it was going to be another... Because it's so easy to do Magenta by numbers and just churn it out, and and a lot of bands are guilty of that. Each album, they sound exactly the same.
Right.
And it's great for the fans, but it must bore the sort of writer and the artist. I just feel I like to vary it, what I do as well. Hence the Kompendium and the Sanctuary. They're all different, and especially Kiama as well. That's like a rock band. And you got Kompendium, is a lot more concept based and Celtic, and then the solo albums are sort of a lot more Mike Oldfield inspired.
Right.
And and I'm a producer in the end. And I listen to all types of music, and I will steal from any type of music and throw it into the pot. If I like it, I'll take it, and I'll use it. Do you know what I mean? If there's a style, and I like all types of music. I listen to Genesis alongside to listen to. I listen to ELO, ABBA, Bjork, Massive Attack, any band, anything that's got a good song. It's all about the melody, and and in the end, with this album, I still. The battle is writing the songs. The easy bit is producing it and all that kind of stuff. You've got to come up with the hooks and the melodies, and that's where I spend my life chasing, really. And I think they're still there on this new album, but it's definitely a different sound.
Well, good. That's great. I can't wait to hear it. Let's take a little break from the chat and hear something from one of Rob's other recent projects, the band called Kiama. Kiama also features the talents of Andy Edwards of Frost and IQ, Luke Moshin of Machine and the Tangent, and Dylan Thompson of Shadow of the Sun and The Reasoning. From their excellent 2016 album Sign of 4, that's the Roman numerals IV for the 4. This is called Cold Black Heart.
Howling out in a hurry.
See the man with the bloodstained hair. See her eyes in the dead of night. She's the one to take you down, down. She'll take your life away. It's you with your cold black heart. You tearing me apart. It's you, your cold black heart. It's you tearing me apart. Take a shot at my heart. Take a shot at my heart. Take a shot at my heart. Baby, take it, take it, take it. Take a shot at my heart.
Cold Black Heart from Rob Reed's band Kiama. Oh heck, I really like this album, Sign of 4. So let's do another. Here's Slime.
Right words, but I see through the teeth in your smile. Your tongue underneath it, it's forked and dripping lies. Nothing but a thief. I must speak as I found something that I was so glad to leave behind. The circle will turn, the fire will burn when it is returned upon you. It's coming around. I'm waiting to see you collide with the ground and break into pieces. Cool moves, but I know how you stumble around inside. Control and abuses, it's how you feed your pride. But we all know that pride comes before a fall. Serves you right for the times when you pushed and pulled us. The circle will turn, the fire will burn when it is returned upon you. It's coming around. I'm waiting to see you collide with the ground and break into pieces. Falling down as it turns around. You're falling down, 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 down. Now it's coming around and you're tumbling down, turning over and over. Yes, you're turning over and over. And now it's coming around. Yeah, you're turning down, you're turning over step at a time. Don't mess up your life again. Don't mess up your life again, my friend. When it all comes back to haunt you, well, let the ghosts come in. You've got to open up and feel it, to absolve yourself of sin, and the darkness will consume you, and your past will hold you down. But there's a light somewhere inside you, if you just keep feeling around. You will find a way to make it through, and you'll find the strength to face the truth. You'll find your light. It's not too late. Make the change, flick the switch, and you'll illuminate your world.
Once again, that was Slime by Kiama from the great 2016 release Sign of 4.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock. Send them out in the streets to tell their friends how wonderful it is.
Hi, this is Peter Jones from Tiger Moth Tales, and you're listening to
Progzilla Radio.
Oh, my throat.
Now let's hear a little more of my conversation with Robert Reed. Like you said, so many artists, well, I don't know if it seemed like maybe it was a function of the record companies at the time just wanted artists to put out another album that sounded just like the last one, especially if the last one was a hit. It's like, well, then you have to do Son of your last album.
Yeah.
And I call it like the Aerosmith syndrome, because I did like Aerosmith in their earlier days, but I think later on they got into this like power ballad formula making machine that just everything sounded the same after a while. I didn't know if that was, the record company, I know those A&R guys, Aerosmith even, they made a couple of videos where they were poking fun at that one A&R guy who worked for Geffen, I guess, at John Kalodner or whatever. And I guess, somebody said that John Kalodner was the twitch in his eye,
Well, I can imagine, especially with record companies in those days, and I even suppose now, I think, if you've got anyone funding you or backing you, they're going to have a say in it. And luckily, I think all, for the last 10 years, everything I put out myself. I run my own label, and it gives me control. It gives me utter control on it, for better or worse. I have the final say in it, and I can do whatever I want, really. And there's never, I'll play it to people. I'm not sort of as I haven't got that big an ego that I won't listen to anyone. I will listen to anyone's opinion on it, but in the end, you've got to have the final say, and you've got to do what you believe. You've got to believe in whatever you put out. So, and I can never compromise, and it can be quite painful sometimes not compromising, and so. I'm lucky in that respect. I think that, that I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, I guess that's the upside of how music is done these days. The downside is there's not a whole lot of money in it, but now you don't have the record company telling you what to do,
Well, there is that, but even at the level of what I'm doing it, there are labels within the prog rock scene.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are sort of labels to go to that sort of do the old school, you know, give you an advance and all that kind of stuff. But from my experience, you only, you know, you definitely won't earn any money because there seems to be, you know, well, how can I put it politely? The financial split is so in the wrong direction that it doesn't allow you to make money from it. And the only way I can afford to do music 24/7 is to have, what I consider is the right slice of the pie, really, from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think I see so many bands who sort of almost get caught up in this romantic idea of those days, you know, the 70s, you know, and 80s,
right,
when they were rec companies. They spend all their own money making an album, and then they'll go to one of these labels who'll say, yeah, we'll take it off you, you know, and we'll give you 10%, you know, of sales.
Mm-hmm.
And they take the 90% of the sales for doing nothing, really, nothing that you can't do yourself these days. So, it's a tough one. But as I said, it is increasingly hard to make money at it. I'll give you that. It is, you know. But I think we're fortunate within the rock, and in particular the sort of progressive rock scene, that the fans are one of the last sections of music that are prepared to actually pay for their music.
Yeah.
And I'm forever grateful, and they've got disposable income.
Yeah.
And they like the physical product, and they like the more extravagant product.
Absolutely.
So I'm forever grateful for that.
What happens when we all die off, though?
This is the problem, you know. But there are people coming through, and
we are the dinosaurs, though. We are. It's
there are, but there are glimmers of hope. You know, I do see there are younger people there. They're not in the numbers we'd like.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, this whole resurgence in vinyl and things, you know, I don't know whether it's the same over with you, but over in
sure,
UK,
yeah,
there's definitely, and kids are loving all that. They're loving the romantic idea of owning the physical thing, you know. And I don't know whether or not it's a marketing ploy by the rec companies, you know, are playing at these kids, but I just, there's such an experience that people are missing out on, you know, the whole MP3 Spotify thing.
Right.
You know, I think it's horrendous. I detest Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
From a consumer point of view, it's brilliant. Well, I say that I don't even I'll retract that, because it's not even from a consumer, because even from the listener, it's too much. You don't value it, and there's too much to take in.
You're right. People don't value it. I see that as a point that it's just like data anymore. It's just, there's no, you know, back in the days with an album, you brought home the album and say you had a gatefold cover, and you could look at it. I didn't even like CDs. They'd give you the lyrics, and, you know, you had, you know, our eyes are getting older. You know, you needed a magnifying glass to try to read it. Not on the old albums, you know, it was big and it was something you could look at, you know, and now it's like the album art, you get a little thumbnail, a JPEG, and, you know, it's just, it's become like a commodity. Like it's not, I think in the old days, you said it was a little bit romanticized, but it seemed like more of an art. Like there was more involved, you know, like even the album covers and everything. And now it's just like a commodity. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I think people don't value it. And the whole Spotify thing and Apple Music and all this kind of stuff, it's like going into a sweet shop and saying, have whatever you want. And for the first 5-10 minutes, you're like, oh, this is brilliant. You know, you're stuffing yourself. Mm-hmm. But then you get sick. You are physically sick because there's so much, and you've had so much of it. You don't savor that. You know, if it's expensive and you've got to pay for it, you own it, and you listen to it.
Over and over.
yeah, you would. And I find that if you're giving it for free, like on Spotify, you're jumping in and out. There's so much of it. You think, oh, I got to have a bit of that. I got to have a bit of that. I got to have a bit of that. And you don't, if you paid 10 quid or $15, whatever, for an album, you will play it. You will sit there and you will play the whole thing. But if it's for free and you can dip in and out of stuff, you don't value it. And I think, you know, it's hard. And, you know, so you got that on one side. And then on the other side, you've got technology that allows anybody to make a record. So you've got this double whammy of you got it everything's for free, plus there's loads of product being made as well. You know, everyone's making a record, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Even me.
You shouldn't be elite. I'm not saying that, but there's only, and as you've said, the sort of the amount of fans there are within the prog sort of circuit or whatever, that's shrinking, and then the amount of records being made is expanding, and it's like everyone's drowning in this in this thing, you know, and it's a real strange one at the moment. It's a strange place from an artist point of view and from a consumer point of view. It must be hard for people who are trying to review this stuff because there's so many releases. You know, if you went back 10 years ago, even 10 years ago, there would only be like 20 or 30 releases a month,
right?
If that, you know, of albums. Now there's hundreds.
Yeah, I relate to that. I mean, we get so much stuff, you know, and as DJs on, you know, Progzilla or whatever, you know, there's so much stuff coming out that I'm listening to it all the time and reviewing it and deciding what to play on my show. And then sometimes I realized I never listened to that really great album from a month ago that I really enjoyed. I only ever listened to it once because I have a barrage of new stuff that I'm trying to sort through so that I can present the good stuff to the audience, you know?
It's hard. And prog music, it needs 6, 7, 8 listens to get into it, especially, you know,
Sometimes.
I think this new Magenta album of mine is going to take a few listens to get into. You know, it's a little bit demanding, and you know, one of the songs is 26 minutes, so you're going to have to play it a couple of times to know where you are in it, otherwise. So, you know, I fear for the way that music is consumed and listened to, you know, and we're all the same. I'm guilty of it as well. You know, I listen to most music when I'm in the car. It's the only time I got, you know, I can't remember the last time I actually sat down for an hour, put my headphones on, or did nothing else apart from listen to a whole album.
Right.
It's you know, because it's the way that we live now. So, but I do miss that. You know, I listen. I think back to, you know, I used to sit there in the dark and listen to these albums, these amazing albums that people would make, that were only 45, 50 minutes, and that's another thing with the new Magenta album. It's only 50 minutes long, because, you know, it's so easy with compact disc, the format, and even worse with digital. You can make a record as long as you want, but, you know, I've been guilty. I've made an album which is like 78 to whatever minutes. It's too much, you know.
I think it is. There, when it first came out, the CD, you know, it seemed like there was this drive to give the people more for their money, you know, so they could justify charging the exorbitant rates they were charging for the CDs back then. But, you know, then you'd get like the 75-minute album, but 25 minutes of it was kind of you know, it wasn't that great. I remember, I think it was Soundgarden, Super Unknown. I thought about 2/3 of that was awesome, but the other third, I just would skip over it, you know?
Well, that's it, you know, back in the day, because you could only get 45, 48 minutes on a vinyl, you had to put the best stuff on there. You know, the other stuff would be B-sides and left off for good reason. But now, you know, you could chuck it all on. But so this album, say the new Magenta album, is it's less than that, it's 48 minutes. You know, it's got 3 tracks on it, and it's classic relayer, close to the edge kind of, you know, format. You know.
Right. So, and now, without further ado, let's hear one from the brand new Magenta album. The album is called We Are Legend, and the track I'm going to play is Legend.
it's over. The pain takes hold from young to old. Life fades when all hope has gone. Face death as we join as one. It's over, it's over. The pain sets in, the fear's untold. No turning back, it takes control. One man, one soul. Turn around and run. Road ahead, your fate is here. The end. Realize too late. The sun will shine no more. One man confessing all. I stand before the gate, drifting away. Look up, the sun it fades. Countdown to the end of days. It's over, it's over. No control, we've lost it all. Look out with tear-filled eyes. So near the darkening skies. It's over, it's over. A hand reached out, find peace at last. Into the fire, my soul is cast. One man, one soul. Look around you, see, but yet so blind is here. The end. Search for truth, you look, and whenever you will find one love. Shed a single tear. The final breath is here. The end. Steal the one last life through the hand of destiny. One soul, confessing all. I stand before the gate, drifting away. Wake up, crawl out. New eyes, we look around, we see, we search for those outside. We'll find, move like a wave. Bodies roll on. searching in vain. Hear them cry, see their pain, their fear. The sands of time, they keep falling down. It's over, it's over. The sun, it fades, it's time to play. It's over, it's over. Run away. Hope in the silence of day. Showing the way home. Run away. Beware once the sun goes down. Now free, they swirl around. It's over, it's over. We're coming now to feed on you. It's here now, the last is gone. Move fast, the search goes on. It's over now. Yes, it's over now. I hang my head down for the weak and the frail, holding life here in my hand. Move on, searching and waiting for daybreak, knowing but don't understand. Stop to keep moving and changing, holding the world in my hand, holding the
Legend by Magenta from their brand new album We Are Legend. Now let's finish things up with a song from another great side project which Rob was involved in back in 2012. Rob played much of the music on the Kompendium album, but he had a veritable who's who of guests, including Steve Balsamo and Christine Booth on vocals, and musical guests such as Nick Barrett, Steve Hackett, Francis Dunnery, John Mitchell, Nick Beggs, Gavin Harrison, Mel Collins. The list goes on and on. From the Kompendium album entitled Beneath the Waves, this is The Storm. Until next week, remember to prog on, brothers and sisters, and look for part 2 of my Rob Reed special coming somewhere down the road. In a few weeks, I've got more material to play from Rob's Mike Oldfield-styled projects, and I have some more conversation with Rob. We had a very interesting conversation, in my opinion, and we'll be hearing more Magenta and from a band Rob was in called ChimpanA. But yeah, let's finish up here with, again, The Storm from Kompendium, which was released in 2012. Prog on.
Upside down, I try to swim, the battle lost. I know my time has come. Hear my
Fearing old Jones, he climbs and rigging moorhead. There's a storm, it's a coming, a portent of woe and dread. On a rock she fell, the death of all hands gone to her grave. But on this here moonlit night, she set sail once more to fly. All risen from beneath the waves.
Someone close will take this pain away.